Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, and today I want to talk about some of the upcoming anime games that we have to look forward to both this year and going into early next year. Be that anime games tied to specific series or more anime and aesthetics, there's lots of cool games that fall within that space. Some of them I've had a chance to play already at shows, some of them are simply on my anticipated list, but in this video I want to talk about my top 5. If you do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated, and be sure to comment down below. Let me know if you're looking forward to these titles too, which ones you'd like to see more of on the channel over the coming months, and if there are any that I didn't mention that you're looking forward to as well. Now, kicking things off at number 5, we have the recently announced Digimon Survive, coming to all platforms in 2019. That's Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Now, admittedly, since this has only just been announced, not a great deal is known about it right now. However, this past weekend, there was a Japanese live stream which gave us a few more details, as well as our very first teaser trailer, which you can see playing in the background. The game will see you take on the role of Takuma Momotsuka, a middle schooler who got lost in a parallel world while camping with his friends. He then partners with Agumon, who will then help him survive in the harsh environment. Now, Digimon Survive is said to be taking on a very different approach this time around, and is instead going to be a strategy RPG, or SRPG for short, and it will take place in a visual novel style story. A big part of the game are the dialogue options you're presented with during character interactions, and your choices here will influence how events pan out, and in select situations, even evolutions. Then, during battles, fights will play out on a strategy type square grid, and Digimon will be able to evolve mid-battle when certain requirements have been fulfilled. It's said that EP, or energy points, are the core resource for this. Evolving costs EP, and remaining in your evolved state also uses up this resource, but you can replenish it by attacking. Furthermore, there are said to be around 100 species of Digimon in-game, so there should be plenty of stuff to sink your teeth into. Now, at this stage, not much more is known, but as someone that grew up watching Digimon and as someone that carries my Switch with me everywhere, this is for sure a game I'll be checking out next year. Then next up, in number 4, we have My Hero One's Justice, launching this year, October 26th, on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. I had a chance to check this out at E3 this year, and I uploaded some gameplay and early impressions. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. But this is an anime fighter, or brawler, which lets you take on the role of many of the key characters from the Boku no Hero anime and play out various parts of the story, as well as battle it out with your friends. I mentioned in my impressions video that I tend to refer to this more as a brawler than a fighter, and by that I mean it's a little bit more lighthearted, and it's definitely something that you play more so if you have an investment in the anime than if you were looking for a super hardcore fighting game experience. Battles are a little bit more simplistic, but still fun at the same time. You select one character and 2 support heroes to take into battle, and while it's not a tag fighter, where you can swap out to another character mid-fight, you can call them in to assist you to perform moves mid-combo. You can play out the story from both the heroes and the villains' point of view. If you want to follow both perspectives, there's destructible environments in fights that can see you smash up the stage, whilst going toe-to-toe with your favourite heroes. And naturally, you have access to a ton of awesome and over-the-top superpowers as well. The game has items for you to unlock that allow you to further customise your characters, so there's definitely a fair bit to sink your teeth into. And again, as a fan of the series, and someone that both watches the anime and reads the manga, this is for sure something I'll be picking up. Moving on from there to number 3, we have Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. This launches next month, August 31st, on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And there was actually an open beta that ran this past weekend, giving players a chance to check out some of the modes. So if you guys had a chance to jump in, let me know what you thought. But for those of you that aren't familiar with the game, it's an upcoming multiplayer game where teams of 4 players go head-to-head in various different battle modes. Characters fall into one of 4 categories. You have attack types for close range, speed, and defense types that rely more on strong attacks with an emphasis on defending your allies, range types that excel at projectiles, and healing types that, well, heal your team and support you. And given the 4-player setup, a good balanced team allows you to cover all of those bases. Timeline-wise, the game takes place when Naruto is the 7th Hokage, and the game also features a character creator, so you can make your own ninja from scratch or inspired by some of your favourite characters. The beta that ran this past weekend gave players access to the basic training mode, in a VR ninjutsu arena, and also quick match, but rules such as combat battle and base battle will be available at select times. So for the Naruto fans out there who are looking for a slightly more team-focused fighting experience, this might be one for you. Next up, in number 2, we have Code Vein. Sadly, one that was recently pushed back to 2019, but in the grand scheme of things, if that ultimately results in the final product being more polished, then I'm more than happy to wait. I had a chance to play this a while back when I checked out the old Gamescom build from last year. Admittedly, back then, it was still much earlier in development, so many of the performance issues that I encountered have since been fixed in the more recent build that was playable at E3. So the game is definitely shaping up really nicely. Code Vein is an action RPG with Souls-like elements to it. In fact, it's sometimes referred to as a quote-unquote anime Dark Souls, but as I discussed in my video I did earlier this year, it's not just an anime Dark Souls clone, far from it. Sure, it offers the same punishingly difficult gameplay, with bosses that will take many attempts to defeat, paired with a Souls-like system where you lose your quote-unquote currency upon death, and then need to return to your death location to reclaim it, but outside of that, the similarities really end. The anime aesthetic allows for some rather over-the-top characters and weapon designs. You also have abilities known as gifts, which offer you attack and defense boost, or even a range of magic spells, and these feed off a resource known as blood charges that you obtain from killing enemies. Plus, you have blood veils, and these are things you've probably seen in screenshots or trailers, the over-the-top looking weapons or arm extensions, examples being a claw that performs a huge lunge attack, a scorpion-like tail that can attack beyond your normal reach, even wolves on your shoulders, things like that. Additionally, for those of you that perhaps like the look of the game, but aren't too fond of the brutal difficulty, then not only does the game offer a companion who can accompany you, help you out in battle, res you if you go down, provided they have energy, and perhaps take some aggro off you in the heat of battle, you can also play the game co-op with another friend, so you don't have to go on this brutal journey alone. So all up, definitely one for the Soulsborne fans out there, and perhaps even for those of you that are looking to get into this genre, but perhaps don't want to do so alone. Then finally, in number one of my games of the show at E3, and that is of course Jump Force. As a fan of fighting games and anime, this quite obviously ticks two very prominent boxes. It's a 3D fighter featuring some popular shonen characters. Right now we have characters from Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and recently announced Bleach. I imagine the roster will continue to get bigger as we get close to launch, which right now is still a mystery, but should be at some point in 2019. But it'll give you a chance to go head to head with some of your favourite characters and settle those all-important scores. I'm a Naruto kid, so that's the side I'm fighting for, and I'm ready to do battle with anyone that says otherwise. And of course, as part of the Shonen Jump 50th anniversary, the game aims to be the ultimate celebration of franchises. Taking place in a unique setting, merging both the Jump worlds and the real world, the game is a tag fighter, allowing you to pick 3 characters to go into battle, sub them in and out in combat, and of course pull off those all-important super moves that you come to expect of those characters with their respective series. I think for me, what excited me the most about this is that it also fills a void that Jump Superstars and Jump Ultimate Stars used to fill. If any of you guys used to play that back on the DS, let me know in the comments down below, but that was a 2D anime fighter drawing together so many fantastic series, and it's one of the things that you can just jump into and just have some fun with if you're a fan of a particular series, or if you're playing it with friends that like fighting games, then you can take it to the next level. That's the same feeling and vibe I got when I was playing Jump Force when playing at E3, so it's for sure something I cannot wait to get my hands on. But for the time being, that's pretty much it. Super quick honourable mention to Dragon Ball FighterZ coming to Switch later this year. I already own it on PS4, but being able to take it on the go is an instant win, so that's another thing on my list. Again, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you hyped for any of these games that are listed, or are there any others that I didn't mention? And thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.